Alrighty, welcome everyone. So if you're brand new to spoofing, one of the most important things you need to learn about is cooldown times. Now you're going to become very familiar with what cooldown times are, as it's one of the key things in spoofing. So in this video, I'm going to teach you all about cooldown, what you can do, what you can't do, and how it all basically works. So here we go into the video. As you can see, I am currently playing in a location, right? Just catching Pokemon, spinning Pokestops, doing everything normal. So let me show you now on the map where I am. So I'm here, correct? So I'm in this place and I'm playing. So the game thinks, by the GPS that I'm actually playing in this place. Because of the Pokemon that I caught, it does the whole GPS thing and it locates it. So if we go on the map, ignore all that, we're in Brazil. So I'm playing in Brazil. The game knows that I'm playing in Brazil. The game is like, okay, he's in Brazil, he's spinning stops in Brazil. Okay, so if I wanted to go to, let's assume, Japan, Tokyo, Japan, right? Japan is really far away from Brazil, guys. It is like all the way on the other side of this map. Yeah, it is like way out there. So if I wanted to go to Japan, since I just caught Pokemon and just did everything in Brazil, there's no way that physically I could be in Japan catching Pokemon in the next 2 minutes, right? Like, that makes no sense. The game knows that you're hacking, and that's how people get banned. So there's cooldown times, which is basically your travel time, right? And what's good about this game is it will tell you. So on the top, let's just type in Tokyo, Japan. There it is. Tokyo, Japan. So it takes you immediately there. And the cool thing is, if you tap on it, see right here on the top where it says suggested cooldown time 120 minutes. So 2 hours. So remember, 2 hours is the maximum cooldown time you will ever have to wait whenever you're doing a really long jump, a really long distance that you want to travel. So whenever you're doing a really long travel, it's always going to be 2 hours. If it's something less, let's assume, let's do like a couple blocks here. Let's say I wanted to go over here, say right here. See how it says cooldown time is 2 minutes? Because that's way less, it's a couple blocks down. So basically, if you wanted to play over there, which it says 2 minutes, from the last time you caught a Pokemon or the last time you spun a Pokestop, just wait 2 minutes. And then you can teleport over there and catch or start playing or whatever you'd like. But you have to let the game cool down basically for those 2 minutes. And a cool feature that you can do is right here on the bottom where it says completed, that you see this like little stopwatch. Click that stopwatch and you can set the time. I already have it set to the 2 hours. So you would just hit start and it would just start counting down for you. And then you would know at the end, once the cooldown timer goes down to 0, you know you're good to play. So it's a really easy way to do this. So if you wanted to do the 2 minutes, go back down here. We're going to hit cancel. We're going to set it to 2 minutes. And now you know that when it hits 2 minutes, you can play over there. Now you can wait right here if you want for those 2 minutes. Or let's assume it was this place over here. And let's go to the shopping. And it says 2 minutes. So if you want to go there, just teleport. Remember, you still cannot play. You cannot play because you're still back over there in that other location, right? You're still waiting 1:30. So if you want, you can be here. That's fine. Oh, Pikachu. Try and check. So if you want, you can be here. Like I just checked that Pikachu, right? But you cannot spin a Pokestop and you cannot catch a Pokemon until this timer comes down. Right? Because you're still traveling. You're still in your car or your imaginary airplane or a helicopter, and you're still traveling over here in your cooldown time. So I'd still have to wait another minute before I can catch that Pikachu. If I try to catch the Pikachu now, it'll flee. That's what happens when the game detects that you haven't waited the allotted time yet. So let me just go back here. Let's do a quick example. And the way I did that was you triple tap and then this screen pops up. Okay, so this is where I've been playing. So the game knows I'm here. The game knows I'm in this park. Because I've been playing at this park. Oh, there's fine. So, just going to show you a quick example. Alright, so the game knows I'm here. So let's catch this just to make sure that I'm here. We're going to catch this. It should say gotcha or escape or whatever. Gotcha. Okay, so we're good. So the game clocked me in. The GPS locked in my location and knows I'm here. So if I go here, how much is this? It says 30 seconds. So I should be waiting 30 seconds. So what happens if you don't wait 30 seconds? The Pokemon will flee and the Pokestops won't spin. Which, let's see if something pops up so I can verify that for you. So if I were to try to catch this Pidgey right now, it would say flee. Loot, okay. So, ignore that. Pidgey. Oh, it said gotcha. Never mind. Let's try a longer jump. Because, you know, maybe it's possible. But let's try a longer jump. Let's go over here. That says 1 minute cooldown. So 1 minute cooldown. So it's impossible that I just traveled those like 2 blocks. So if I try to spin this. Go back there. If I try to spin this. It won't let you spin, and if you try to catch something, it should say flee immediately, because the jump is way too far. Yeah, it'll say flee like that. So basically, right now in the game, you're what's called soft banned. Soft ban is you're like in limbo. You can stay here. You just have to wait until that minute is up from the cooldown. If you don't want to wait here, you can just go back to where you were playing. So I'm just gonna go to journal and we're gonna go back to where I was playing. So if you don't want to wait there in limbo, you can come back to where you were playing and continue playing here, because this is the last spot that the GPS locked you in at. Right? So now let's talk about the bigger jumps. Right? So we're in Brazil. Right? We've been playing in Brazil. We're in this little park. Let's make sure, just so you can see, let's triple, quadruple check that we're in Brazil and it's good to go. So if I'm here and everything is okay, I should be able to spin this stop. Yep. So see, so I spun the stop. The game is like, okay, you're back in Brazil. You're in this little park. But now you want to play in Tokyo. Right? So let's do this Tokyo. Because Tokyo is like the hot spot. Okay, so this is Tokyo. Notice how it says 120 minutes. That's 2 hours. So if you want to play in Tokyo, 2 hours. So you can either wait here in Brazil and not touch anything for 2 hours, or you can teleport over here to Japan and wait here the 2 hours. So now you would set this 2 hours. So you can wait on this screen for 2 hours. You can lock your phone. You can go on Instagram, go on YouTube, go watch a movie if you want, go have dinner, and just come back when 2 hours has passed, because basically that's your cooldown. That's your flight time. You're on a jet airplane. You're flying over to Tokyo. It's going to take you 2 hours. And in 2 hours, you'll be there, and then you can play. So another thing you can do, so let's assume you're here in Tokyo, right? Like right now, we're here in Tokyo, and there's 1,000,000 Pokestops. There's so many. So things that you cannot do while you're on cooldown. And while we're on cooldown is, I'm talking about this timer. While you're on this timer, while you are on cooldown, you cannot throw a berry at a Pokemon. Don't do that. Don't throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon. Don't do that. Because that'll alert the GPS tracker, the satellites, that you're hacking, basically. And that's how people get banned. So you can check the Pokemon because you want to check if it's shiny. This is how you would shiny check. You check if it's shiny, and you can run away. You want to check that shoulder? You want to take a little peek? You want to see what's going on? It's not shiny? Just run away. Okay, you can walk around. You can walk around as much as you want. That won't do anything. If you tap on a gym, you cannot enter a gym battle. So I cannot battle this gym right now. If it's a gym of your same color, your same team color, you cannot feed it a berry. You cannot spin that stop. Okay, these are things you cannot do because remember you're on a jet airplane right now. You're not supposed to be here, so you can't do that. Can't battle them. All these Pokestops, you cannot spin them. Okay, but you can walk around. That's fine. We're walking around. Remember, we're not here. We're on jet airplane. If you wanted to power up your Pokemon, you could do that. If you wanted to use a revive, you can do that. If you wanted to trade Pokemon with someone that's here in Japan, you can do that. That won't affect it. If right now you were to hatch an egg, that doesn't affect it either. You can do that as well. Basically, the main thing you cannot do is throw a Pokeball at any of these Pokemon or spin Pokestops. Those are the main things that you cannot do because we're still on the cooldown. We still have an hour and 57 minutes. So you could just wander around here if you want for an hour and 57. You could just close out the game, go do something else, and come back in an hour and 57. And that's basically the cooldown rule. It's very simple. Just obey the time and don't mess up the time. That's about it, guys. That basically covers what cooldown is. Trying to check a Charmander, okay. Any questions, leave them below in the comments. And one more thing, like, let's assume you change your mind and you don't want to play here in Tokyo. You're like, an hour and 56 is a long time, I'd rather keep playing. You can go back to Brazil if you know the place, or right here in my journal. I just go to the journal. I'm pretty sure it's this one. That's definitely not it. We're definitely not in the right place. But we should be in Brazil. Yeah, we're in Brazil. So you can go back to where you were playing. Like if you just totally change your mind, you're like, no, you know what? I'd rather just stay playing where I'm at. And you can just continue playing here. So I should be able to spin this. Yep. So we're good. Still in Brazil. As long as you didn't touch a single thing in Tokyo, you are good to go. You can just continue playing where you were at. And that's basically what cooldown is. And remember, anytime you make a jump, it'll always say, so tap on the screen 3 times, 1, 2, 3. See, it says suggested cooldown time 7 minutes. It will always tell you there the time that you need to not play so you can play in that new area. And the little timer, always remember, it's this little timer. You can always just cancel it and move it and put whatever you need there. Alright, hope this helps. Leave comments below. Make sure to leave that like and subscribe. Thank you, guys.